Yay! Good
Hello, everybody.
evening. Hello, beautiful.
Hello.
Hey,
Beautiful.
how are you?
I'm beautiful. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing really well. I had 5 weekends of classes, relationship classes, business classes,
Mm,
body classes, and I'm home. I'm home. I'm going to sleep in my own bed tonight.
yeah,
And I'm truly grateful, probably more than I've ever been in my whole life, for the tools of access consciousness.
yeah. Yeah.
And tonight, folks, if you're joining us, we are going to have a conversation in Access Foundation. What is it? And the purpose of the class, actually. So, what is Access Foundation? Yeah, it's
Honestly,
basically,
for me, it's so hard to put it into words, even because
it
it's
is.
such a different universe that you will have a look at on how you could create your life and live your life. And it's just out of this world, really. It's just so different. And that's what I love about it because this world didn't work for me. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. I did my first Access Consciousness Foundation in 2012,
Mm.
and I wasn't bright eyed and bush tailed like I am now. I was really sick with my body. I probably didn't have the tools about valuing your body, which you get in foundation. But the biggest thing for me, I didn't realize that the foundation of my life was cemented. The way I was living was cemented in judgment.
Mm.
And then I went to this class, and the whole class is based on changing your foundation from judgment to question what really works for me, choice. What is it that I what is it that I would like to have as my life and living? And it might seem so strange right now, Frida, because you know me of recent, but I was so stuck in limitations, and I had a conviction that life had to be a certain way. And if you didn't live it that way, that you were wrong, or, you know.
Mhm.
And so it was very destructive on my body. And I didn't even know things like you chose a body and do you make your body valuable? And so the foundation class for me as a young mom, I'm 51 now, so that was like I was 39, you know, or whatever, 40. And for me, looking back at 40 years of age, I gifted myself 4 days. It's 3.5 days now. I actually gifted myself 3.5 days to go and be in a place where I really had to look at the way I was living and the way I was living and the impact that I was having on my children, because I wasn't having fun as a mom and working in my job. I was quite like depressed, but nobody thought I was depressed because I was really able to put on a smile and put on my clothes and be the perfect Rachel. And I did a lot of running, and
Mm.
I was a runner and I was great at my job, and I had everything according to this reality, but what I didn't have was gratitude for me. And I
Mm.
didn't have what is it like, the 75-page manual that allowed me to change anything that's not working, for you in your life.
Yeah.
And so for people watching this, if you've heard of Access Consciousness, it's a very different way of living. It talks about the energy of living, not about how often, like, have you ever tried to get it right? And did that create what
No,
you wanted?
never. Me?
Who, me? Yeah. And did trying to get it right, did that create what you wanted?
No, 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 never.
But yet, I'm told if I get it right, I'll get what I want, but I wasn't,
Mm.
you know? And so these these 4 days, now I can look 11, 12 years on, 2012, 11 years on, and look at, I actually changed the trajectory, not only of my future, but my children's future by my choice. You know, they had a mom who was fed up, who was cranky. I had lost my sense of humor. Can you imagine that I had lost my sense of humor?
No, actually.
And I'd lost my sense of humor. Sometimes it would be fun, And to look now they have a happy mom who can support them and contribute to them. My daughter started a new job today, and it's just, I live very different now. So, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When was your first foundation?
Last year in April.
Last year in April. Wow. What has changed for you since being in that class, like for 4 days?
A lot, like I can't even put all of it into words, but what really changed was like I think me and my body actually.
Yeah.
Like I'm willing to receive way more from others, but also from myself. And like actually this year on my birthday, it was quite beautiful actually, because I wasn't doing anything super special, but the whole day I had this sense of, oh my God, I'm so grateful to be me and to have this body. And it's like, I'm not perfect with my body. Of course not. There are still things, but it's like, yeah, I think that's one big thing that really changed then.
Well, that's huge though. Like,
Yeah.
let's take a look at that, because so many people spend their whole lives, if I get my body right, then I get what I want, which is judgment. And
Yeah.
so isn't it funny that you say, it was my birthday and I valued me, I valued my body, I value being alive.
Yeah.
It's so different, because you're changing, instead of judging your body when you're the right size, or you get the right guy and the right job and you'll be happy. Instead of, I change the foundation from which I build my living on. And one of the principles we go through, the 5 elements of intimacy, a personal favorite that I just live by. When I'm living by those principles, everything in my life works. I'm like the lucky girl. Everywhere I go, everything works. And so one of the principles of foundation is having gratitude for your body, and Pak and Podden, the point of creation where you're destroying your body with judgment instead of gratitude. Pod and Pak that. You can check out the Access Clearance Statement, Right, Wrong, Good, Bad, Pod and Pak, all 9 shorts, boys, poets and beyonds. And so this simple tool that I learned, you learned a year and a half ago, I learned 2 years ago, that's still working, that's the gift of foundation.
Yeah.
It's still working for you on your birthday. It's still gifting you those tools, those energies that you learned in this class.
And it gets better and better, like, or easier and easier, I'd say, because at first, like, it's really a muscle. Like, even with the learn in bars class already, like, these are already amazing, and it's like I still use them all the time, every day. And then also with these tools in the foundation, sometimes I'll look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck. Yeah, now I get it. Or someone else speaks about it in a different way and I get it in a different way. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, of course. Yeah.
And to change your foundation from judging your body to being grateful for your body, when you've been so programmed, like most people, the source at which they create their body is from judgment, but we know it doesn't work. It's not real, it's not true, it's not relevant, it's not necessary. And we call it presumptive realities. We go into these presumptive realities hugely on the foundation. The presumption that you have, that the conviction that this is the way this has to be. No, it can be a way that works for you. Like the big question is, where are you heading with your life? Do you know where? Because I'm very clear now on where I'm heading. Do you know where you're heading? And is it working for you? And if it isn't, you can just change it. And that to me is like, I can just change this. I can just make a different choice.
Yeah. And you don't even have to look back on all the bad choices you made and judge yourself for it. No, you can just go and choose something different that actually works.
Yeah. Well, thanks for this, because we talk about that in foundation. You can't change your past. You can't change somebody else, and you can't change anything you're hiding. And my friend Bianca Andevig reminded me of that this weekend, and it's true, but I can change the point of view from the past right now. And in my willingness to change the point of view right now, which these tools allow, then I have more of me because I have less judgment. And then, of course, I can receive more living.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful. And so I have a foundation coming up in Germany, in Bad Soden. October 19th is our kickoff date. Is that correct?
Yes.
19th, 2021, 22.
Yeah.
On the evening. We'd love for you to join us. And if you're like, I can't get, these are live classes because you're required to be supported in person with your body. And
there will be body processes.
We'll have to,
amazing.
We'll have to do another live talking about the body processes alone.
Yeah.
There are ways in which you can shift very stuck reactive realities locked into your body where you're in reaction to a presumptive reality. Yeah. And so there will be body processes at this class. And so it allows you to actually enjoy having a body. That's the big thing for me. Yeah. I genuinely I didn't see life as a gift. Sometimes I did, but 98.9% of my day. Whereas now most of my days are gifts, unless I get a bit funky and then I just open my manual and read again,
Yeah.
And back to who does this belong to? And so we'd love you to come. They're in-person classes so that you can be in person, you can get the support and you can get the contribution and you can have the conversations where you're stuck or where you're limited and you genuinely wish to change your relationship, your job, your relationship with money, your romantic relationships, what else? I'm like, everything changed.
Everything, yeah.
Everything. Your relationship with people. I think my relationship with people was the biggest thing that changed, yeah. Yeah. And so we invite you.
Yes.
You'll be there. Frida will be there. I'll be there. And
I'll meet you in person.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. There'll be lots of body work. There'll be a beautiful space. And we invite you to join us in Bad Soden. If you're looking for something different, you have a bars class, or if you'd like to take foundation again. I mean, I know I took foundation a couple of times a year for a few years because you get a repeat price. And so for me, I loved going to foundation because actually it was taking responsibility for the way I was living my life and not expecting anyone, not blaming anyone for the way I was living. Yeah. So it was my way of like, okay, let me take responsibility for my living and let me look at what I would like to create. And then I'm not blaming anyone for my life not working, because if you're blaming someone, you can never actually change. So we invite you. Anything else you want to add, Frida?
Anything else I want to add? Well, like when we were talking about this class with Troy, it was so funny because he said this song popped into his head. It's like, I got to break free.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about. It's about realizing, oh, I have these points of view and I can break free. I can let them go, have something different.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Yeah. Let's go have fun in a life that we love.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, if I'm in reaction, I'm a slave to someone else's point of view. Simple as, I'm not free.
And no fun involved either.
No, none whatsoever. Yeah. So we invite you. I'm so grateful for the time, and we'll be doing another few chats. Feel free, to share this conversation about Access Foundation with anyone that that may benefit, and this may bring them some joy and grateful to be alive again if they've lost their mojo. And we'd love to see you in Bad Soden.
Yes. And if you have questions about foundation, feel free to ask me. And
For me.
what else is possible?
Yeah, and we will have German translation as well. Beautiful. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a beautiful night, and pot and pock anywhere that you haven't got gratitude for your body or for you, and be grateful that you chose a body and you came into our planet at this time. Mwah. See you soon. Bye-bye.